done, Dr. Satri, you will start the meeting officially. So shall I play the video, Dr. Shall I repeat again this video, Dr.
No, it's already 2:36. We can start now, yeah.
Yes. Sir, it's 127 participants are there. We can start, sir.
Okay, Dr.
Yes,
Satri, I request you to start the program.
Okay, sir. So welcome all participants. I also welcome Dr. Guy Delham, animal reproduction specialist from IMV. I also welcome Mr. Dayagiri and his team, IMV team. Today's international webinar is organized by IMV India Limited, ISSAR, Indian Society for Study of Animal Reproduction, Maharastra Chapter, and Maharashtra Animal Fishery Science University, Nagpur. Generally, in non-infectious causes of repeat breeding in cows and buffaloes, faulty artificial insemination practices is one of the major reasons, and inefficiency in performing proper EI in cows and buffaloes commonly leads to trauma to uterine tract, contributing repeat breeding syndrome. If some endoscope-like equipments are available for proper guiding the artificial insemination gun while crossing the cervical barrier in cows and buffaloes, it will be very grateful help for inseminator to locate the exact position and site of deposition of semen during performing artificial insemination in reproductive tract. Thereby, conception rate can be improved considerably. Generally, the IME development equipment, it will help in the training, particularly artificial insemination training at institute level, particularly every reproduction department require these equipments for train their annual gynecology students for doing proper AI. Because still in the field conditions, AI is only 30%, and we have to improve it up to 60%. So looking to this, with this aim, our today's webinar is organized on the topic of Alphavision, a Vedioptic tool to improve the reproductive efficiency of cattle herd. And this, our today's distinguished speaker is Dr. Guy Delhomme. I welcome Mr. Guy Delhomme, and also thankful to him for providing us this today's topic. And now I request Dr. Giri sir to start with the introduction.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sathpade. Thank you for this opportunity to provide us a very wonderful platform of ISSAR and Nagpur Veterinary University. So jointly we are getting this opportunity to utilize this platform. So first of all, I would like to request invite Guy Delhomme, who a brief introduction of Guy Delhomme is that he is a very soft-speaking, soft, gentle guy, down to earth, and he has a contribution to IMB India more than 35 years, and his expertise is versatile, and he has a plethora of knowledge of reproduction biotechnology. And best part of that is in 1963 this company was formed by the first owner of named Robert Casu, and he is the person who has worked with Robert Casu as a team. So he is very versatile and having exposure in the different species, all the species he can handle. So we, as a colleague, we call him that Mr. Seaman. So he can handle any animal, any species, from fish to, you can say, fish to wildlife animals also. So most of the people you may be knowing him who are related with this field, because he is time to time available in India, neighboring countries, and other part of the globe for the training in the live handling the live animal for the semen processing and other related activities. So I welcome Guy Delhomme. Guy, this forum is to you now. You are welcome, Guy.
Okay, thank you very much, Giri. I like to thanks as well Dr. Sarapuri and Dr. Patil, from Nagpur University and from ISSAR, who are welcoming us today on this webinar. So we are going to speak about Alphavision. So Giri, when you want to put the slide on, it'll be okay. So we have designed a tool, that we're going to show you to improve the efficiency in cattle herd. So second slide, please. So what is the aim exactly? It was just one before. Just one before. Okay, what is the aim in the bovine? In Europe anyway, is to produce at least one calf per cow per year. And for that, the breeder has to do two main things. To make sure that you have a high ratio of cows are able to breed. Those cows must be either in a, you must have check on them if you get a good estrus detection, which is not the case often, or they could be done by synchronization, but most of the cases by estrus detection. And as well, you must have a high fecundity ratio. That means that you must deliver a best quantity, optimum quantity of sperm cells, to the oviduct. And you must have a good fertilization and a good management of checking the pregnancy after AI. Okay, next one. Giri, next one.
Hello, Giri. Giri sir, next slide, please.
Giri, next one. Okay, here you get a nice, good, healthy anatomy track, from cow. Where you can see the vagina, you can see the cervix with the 3 folds there, and then the short uterine body, and then after that the 2 horns with the corpus luteum on 1 ovary on the left hand side. On the right picture, you see the way today how an AI technician is handling cervix, by putting his hand into the rectum and then trying to find the way to get in the middle of the cervix to get, and it's not easy all the time. Next one. So the thing, the very importance of success is to AI at the right time. Often, the farmer, they were having some trouble because the AI technician is not coming on the right time, so they decided to do their own AI. And that's where as well they have some succeed or some as well some failure. So the main thing is to really AI, we'll say between 8 to 16 hours after the peak of activity of showing estrus. So what happened if you look on the right part of the picture? If you are AI too early, you will have a limited numbers of sperm coming to meet the ovocyte, but you will have a high quality embryo. In the opposite, if you AI too late, you have an ovocyte who's getting old and not as fertile, but you will have a better fertilization rate. So it's in between this 18, 16 hours, gap, you must do the insemination. Next. What are the main causes of anestrus? What could be the main problem? The first one, of course, is pregnancy. If the cow is pregnant, you don't see the anestrus. That's why you must check if your cow is with a ultrasound or by palpation, they are pregnant first. Then you have the presence of a calf, or the calf when especially on beef cattle, when the calf is suckling, and as well, you have other like pathology, stress, nutrition, food, and season as well. Even cows are come seasonal. You must have, or what we try to have here in Europe is to have during the interval between calving and first estrus, at least over 75% of the cows should show sign of estrus. Within the 60 days of postpartum. And the interval calving first fertile AI should be for 70% of the cows within the 90 days postpartum. This is the figures you must get. Other than that, you will lose some money, or you will not produce enough milk, or you will not have your 1 calf per year per cow. Next one. So what are the main causes? Maybe you have some, you could have some fat cows, because the cows are not dry, or they are left with the dry cows, those cows are with the milkers, and they eat too much, So what happens if you have a fat cow? We have some difficulty for the birth, because you may have a heavy calf. As well, you may have some retained placenta. We could have often some milk fever, and then it could goes on and get some metritis. Commonly, and that delay the onset of heat of estrus. Next one. We'll speak about the next one, Gary, please. Next one, Gary.
Giri sir, next slide, please.
Okay. up the one before. Yes. So if you have a teen cow in the other side, so maybe these cows they don't get enough feeding. Maybe she has problem with parasite. Anyway, the first dominant follicle will only ovulate in 25% of the case, so that's not good. And as well, what could happen that you get a dominant follicle could become cystic, so you will not have not show a sign of estrus. So you may have as well on these cows, teen cows, a retained placenta after birth, and of course they are under production and they don't show really an estrus. So our parameters in Europe, really what you're looking for, it depends if you're in milk production or in beef production. But in milk production, we want to have a 12 to 13 months calving interval, calving to calving. Beef is 12 months. The interval between calving and fertility is less than 15% after 120 days. Fertility of fertility, at least in cows, in milk, should be above 40%, sure, and in beef above 50%. And after 3 AI, you should have less than 15% of the cows not pregnant. For the beef, it's mainly 70. You need to have at least 70% of the cows pregnant during the middle of the season, reproductive season. And for the number of AI per pregnant cow, it varies from 1.7 to 2.4, 2.5, for the milk breed, and if it's 1.5 to 2 for the beef. And you must cull every year about less than 6% of the cows for the infertility problem. Next one. For the heifers, so the heifers, she should be fully cycled at 50 months old, and 95% of them, anyway, they must have at least 60% of their adult weight, at first AI, and they must have a daily gain of 700 grams per day, and just to aim calving at 24 months old. With a fertility rate quite high with the heifer, always, it's 60 to 65%, even more. Next one. So infertility, it's a multi-factor, so you could have a factor from the individual, from the cows. It could be a factor from the management, from the farm, Anyway, on individual, you could help. The Alphavision will help you, for the calving. The calving exception interval, here you can check after calving if the cervix or the uterus is come back to place. In the management, of course, you have the right estrus detection is very important, and the timing of AI as well. That could help you, the Alphavision, on the sanitary status to check before you do AI. Check if your cows is clean and there is no issue with the tractus. Next one. Okay, this is a tool. It comes in a suitcase like that. And so I will show you in my office there. I have the box here. You will see here the case, and everything is going inside. And to have inside the Alphavision itself, which is like that. This is on it. You have a speculum here, which is fitting in there. So you have two of them in the suitcase. So if you want people want to do one cow, then if you don't have time to wash it, you can use the next one, clean one. Okay. So this is a link. Inside here you have a camera, with the light, and this is linked here, to a mobile phone. You can see the mobile phone is there, on my screen here. You know, and I can see it what I do when I go inside the cow, and then I put my speculum on it, and inside here I will introduce the AI gun. So here I have an AI gun. See, I just put the straw inside. I cut the straw with a straw cutter, you know, and then I just place an alpha sheet, you know, to it like that. You know, you see the alpha sheet is the one with the soft round tip on top, and after that I just pull back a little bit the piston, and I come to place this one over. That's the handle of the gun, and here I have a handle for the piston. Everybody's seeing well? Okay, just come here. And I bring the whole lot inside to the first mark. You see the gun inside, you know. I don't go that far, I just stay there. And when I'll be inside the cow, I will push, you know, in the cervix as far as I can, okay, up to here. And when I'm finished, I will push this piston here, and that will deliver. This is deliver the semen. Just after, okay. In the meantime, I can monitor that on the phone, which is just hanging to my neck here. Okay, could you show the video, Gary, please? So this was done in a farm, you know, a 60 cow farm. Cows are tied to the rail. You start to see the box with everything inside. You know, you have even the gel, but I didn't think. Okay, this is the gel, the lubricant. This is the AI gun. You get 2 AI gun. You get some alpha sheet with it. You know. This is the handle, the green handle for the gun, and the black handle for the piston. You can prepare that in advance, you know. You can prepare, if you have 2 cows, you can prepare 2. Here we cut the straw. Load the straw in the gun and cover with a alpha sheet. And then you make sure that you press a little bit the piston to make sure that you have the piston engaged in the straw. And then you insert the whole lot. Come to the cow. Of course, make sure the cow is clean. We use as well a sanitary sheet to protect the speculum. introduced so the animal doesn't feel as hard as it was. Here you see the gun just in front of the cervix, you know. And then you push in and you empty the straw. Then you remove it. Now we have another video on a farmer in Brittany, in the west of France. She has this lady has 130 cows, high producing. She has 4 people working with her. So they realize control of postpartum, you know. They want to check the cows just to reduce the interval calving. So you can see some metritis here. You know. Here you can see a double cervix. Here you can see some kyst, vaginal kyst. Here you see the evolution in course. Here this is a good mucus from heat detection. Here she goes. She checks if the cow was ready to AI. So she has a dose. She will do the feeding of the gun. And then she goes. No, she doesn't put her hand inside. And you see she's inside. She's pretty good of the results, you know. She got a ROI on 8 months. You know. Before she was 2.6 AI per cow. Now she's 1.95. You know. And in France, we have 5,000 farmers doing their own AI. You know. So some other people are very happy to the fertility results, you know. And as well, it's very easy to use. You know. And the people use with the sex semen as well. And we have a guy dedicated for that in France who can call and visit the people with the farmers. Okay, let's go back. So, Alphavision, you know, so in fact, to have a good conception, you must insert correctly semen into healthy uterus. You know? That's why you're going to use the Alphavision to help you to diagnose, you know, some reproduction management, and as well, it's very easy and comfortable to use for the animal well-being, welfare as well. Next one. So this is without the Alphavision. This is the position you know very well, that you have the hand in the rectum, which is not comfortable for the cows, it's not comfortable for the man as well, because after 20 years of that, you're going to have some trouble with your muscles in your shoulders, you know. And you have on the right hand side the way you do with the Alphavision, you know, you have it's much easier to do it, and you see what you, especially you see what you do. Next one. Okay, so like what to do before insemination, you know, the main thing is to check if you have any metritis or malformity inside, you know, check for the evolution, you know, check for the presence of mucus, you know. Of course, you can save the ID of the animal in the mobile phone if you want to. For during the insemination, but it's easy to locate the entrance of the cervix, you know. You don't do any trauma on the animal, you know. And after insemination, you just make sure when you remove, you can see when you remove the gun from the cervix, if you have no leaks or anything coming up. Next one. So after postpartum, you know, you have the calving. Calving is you can see the figure on the right, you know. you see you can use the Alphavision for uterine evolution, then you can check it for the detection of oestrus as well, and then you check it for the decision to breed. On the other side, you will see on top, a good evolution. You see beside that evolution in progress. Evolution policy that it's not completely done. This is a bit too early to AI. Then you have underneath two pictures. One is a mild mitritis, one is a more serious one with you can see the white pus coming out. And then on the bottom you have cows in heat, well heat, and which a lot of mucus, and this one is not really on heat, it's kind of dry. Next slide. Next slide. Giri. Okay. Do you see when after calving, your uterus is quite big, it weighs about 10 kilos, measure 1 meter, and then in a space of 25 days, which is quite very, very fast, it will reduce to 25 centimeter to 800 grams, So you can see there on the bottom, on the D0 to D7, you will see some bloods and blockies, a lot of still some placenta liquid, Then after that, it goes. You can see the wrinkles, It's not completely well involved. Done. The evolution is not completely done, Then it starts to D15 to get some detectable cervix, and you get maybe at that time you might see the first ovulation. Then later on, you will see a better shape of a cervix, and around day 45, day 50, then you have a possible insemination at that time, with normal wrinkles and mucus. The last picture. Okay. So this is a shape of the uterus, at a different stage. You see on D1 just after calving, you see how big it is, you can see nothing really, and then it goes back in this real position in D20, which is fantastic. You see how quick it came back. Next one. But if that is not done correctly, if you have some delay in the uterine evolution, and if you don't monitor it very well to make sure that you are able to have 1 calf per year, that will cost you some money. So you have two figures here. You have in the beef case and the case in the dairy case on the right. On beef case, if you produce 1 calf per year, it's okay. But if you have for your herd, if you have, for example, this cost calculated for 100 cows in your herd, if you have only a 10-day, lost days, you will lose nearly 3,600 euro. In the cows, we speak about 11 euro per day of milk losses per cow. So imagine if you have a 100 cows herd and you lose 11 euro per day, for just 10 days difference, you're going to lose some quite heavy amount of money. So with Alphavision, you have that you can monitor exactly the status of your cows. Next one. So here you have as well the detection of mitritis. You can see that you have different way of mitritis. You have some mild one, but you have as well some serious one. When it's serious, it's really coming out. You can see the pus. But sometimes, it's good to before you going to do AI. You know that if you have a cow with some difficulties, it's easy for the farmer to go there and to check, and then he can call his vet if something is getting wrong, Of course, because we don't advise, to it's not recommended to AI when you have a presence of mitritis. So before, if you don't have that, the AI technician was coming, he just put the dose, and then when he put his hand back, he found out that he has some mitritis on his gun, and that's not good. Yeah, you lost one dose. Next one. Okay, you can see some picture of uterus, with a mitritis case, a serious one on the left, and you can see when you have myositis like that, you have a lot of hypervascularity of the uterus. Next one. So, what are the main cause of mitritis? The main cause are the retail fetal membranes, after calving. When you have some assisted calving, difficult calving, when you have twins, when you have induced calving as well, or when you have a dead calf or stillbirth. And as well, you have some metabolic disorder like milk fever or ketosis, which or displaced abomasum as well, that will have a cause of mitritis. Next one. If you have mitritis or untreated mitritis, what you could happen that you drop your conception rate, from about 10%. And we have seen that with MSD did a survey on 1,600 cows in Australia, and they come to those figures. So it's very crucial to detect as soon as possible the mitritis case with Alphavision. Next one. We have a product in France called Metricure. I don't do any advertising for them, but we work with them closely, and it's possible. This product is sold in a syringe. You see the white syringe here, and that syringe is able to fit inside here. And on top of the syringe, you have a tube, and the tube fits as well inside the gun there. So the farmers, they do their own under supervision of the vet, but they do their own treatment. So it's very easy when they check the cow with Alphavision, they got a mitritis case, they do injection of the product, then they call the vet. Next one, next. Yes. So speaking about return on investment, roughly it takes about a year in Europe, with the Alphavision, because you have a number of cases on average of mitritis in herd is about 17%, 10 to 25%, but 17%. And so if you have a mitritis, that will reduce the milk revenue. So you will lose 70 euro per cow. You will lose as well reproduction product, like hormones. You will lose when you make some saving on the cost of the straw, and saving on the sex. A lot of people are using sex semen, as well. So you make some saving on the cost of the semen, sex semen. Okay, so roughly for 100 cow herd, the cost of you're going to save with the Alphavision, it's roughly 3,000 euro. So you make an ROI of 1 year on that. Next one. So yes, so you have here the different possibility of using of Alphavision. You see here, you see on what you could see, on Alphavision, you see some malformation on the first one on the left. Then you see sometimes you see a membrane, just before the entrance of the cervix. So if you don't see it, you may not be able to pass it. What could happen, you could have a double cervix, in some case. That's happened a bit, but 0.5 to 0.8% of the cases. So one is good and one is not. You have the vaginal kyst that could be at the entrance of the cervix or on the side of the cervix. That doesn't help you to pass it. And as well, you could have a urovagine. Urovagine, is when you have get urine inside the the vagina. So we don't really advise to AI. If you want to do AI, you have to remove the urine with a glove, first, before you do the exhibition. So don't do AI, and not may when you're in there, because you're doing to introduce urine inside the uterus. Next one. Okay, here you have a good sign of the wall, vaginal wall, when it's in estrus, it's a very nice picture of what you could see, with a nice blood vessel, and then as well you get the presence of mucus, detectable with Alphavision. Next one. So multiple benefits, most of people, we have all the users already like the product, it's very simple to use, you can accommodate heifers and cows, you make as well one tool, you make diagnosis and AI, it's very easy to learn, as well, like you said, Dr. Sharapuri, it's very important for the people who want to train, like in the vet school or in training school as well, because we train all the farmers are trained in the school for AI, do-it-yourself AI, and it's a good tool for them to start with. Okay, next one. We have some testimonial from this farmer there, and he had before he was doing AI with traditional with technician coming on the farm, and he was getting 51%, first AI. Then he did it himself, and he had a drastic experience. We went down to 32%, and then he used the Alphavision, and when he used the Alphavision, because he was AI at the right time, he got to the first AI, he got to 70%. Next one. Okay, and so you have some information, you have some videos, you have some testimonials, you have some flyers, and you have a dedicated site. If you want to go to see more videos, you can go to that site and you will see some testimonial from farmers. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Guy. Thank you very much for your crisp and very solid presentation regarding Alphavision, Vedioptic tool for the animal welfare and same time human welfare also. Now we are in the second session, that is the question answer session, and I have seen many questions here. So Guy, these questions are for you and for the panelists also. So I request Dr. Sahatpuri also to be in this question answer session to address few of the queries from our participants. So this is the information for participants also. Most of the questions we will try to address here. If time allows, within the time limit, we will try to address most of the questions, and I'll try to club the questions to cover the maximum one. At same time, we will address those who are not able to get answered in this session. We'll address their answers, questions in the mail with your individual email ID. So the question here, the first question I would like to ask. Yes, but of course, the first question is in Indian case, it is very genuine question. That is what is the cost in Indian currency? Dr. T.K. Dixit want to know. I think everybody want to know about the cost. So this I would like to address. The cost of Indian currency will be around 2.6 lakh as a basic cost without taxes. Taxes will vary. It depends where you are. If you are in research organization, then you have a different taxes. If you are in government organization or the private organization, the taxes will vary. So basic cost of this set of equipment of Alphavision Vedioptic AI gun is 2,60,000 plus taxes. So this is, I have addressed the Dr. D.K. Dixit question. So this question is for Guy. Where is the preferred site of deposition of semen with Alphavision? Question from Dr.
So
Master.
Yes. So you try to locate the cervix, and when you are in the cervix, I will get the things back here. Okay, like that. Okay. So you locate the cervix here, watching your phone, and then you enter the cervix with a gun, and you stay there a little bit, I say we say 1 or 2 minutes, we'll try to go inside like that, that, and if the cow is way in estrus, you will pass it, you really you feel that the gun is free inside, you will pass it, and you will pass it really easily on about 40% of the cases. If you don't pass the third, most often is the third ring is more difficult to pass. If you cannot pass the third ring, what I would advise is to slide your hand in the cow, grab the cervix there, just lift it little bit, little, just lift it, then it goes through, really goes through. So you don't stay too long in the cow, just pass your hand, just lift, move, and that's it. But please deposit the semen as far as you can, just after the cervix.
Okay, thank you, Guy. The second part of the same participant, the question is, can it be used on smaller breed and buffalo? Smaller breed, I think he want to say that indigenous cows of India. We have indigenous breeds. The size of indigenous breed is small, and buffaloes, of course.
Yeah.
Can it be
So
used here?
yeah, I don't have the latest version ready. Yeah. I'm sorry about that, but no, because I have one of my colleagues is working on it today. But on the speculum here, what we have done, we have put a soft tip here, to narrow the entrance. So it's much easier to go for like we try on buffaloes, we try on both indicus as well, and it's much easier to get inside there, okay, for those cows. But in France, it works particularly with young heifers, but 15, 16 months old, very small one, we can go through, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Guy. One question is from Dr. Sanjay Saha. He want to know, is Alphavision can be used to implant frozen embryos?
No.
Okay.
Because you don't go far enough for the embryo. The embryo, you have to go inside the horn. You have to go deep in the horn. Here you should go after the cervix. Look, if I put this one here, against the cervix, I will not go. If I push the handle fully here, I will have about 8 centimeters. It's outside here. So let's say that of course the cervix of the cow is, but it depends. But that size, depends. But in fact, for the embryo, you must deposit the embryo in the right horn where you have a corpus luteum. So it's not possible to do that with that.
Okay, thank you, Guy. Same question. One of the person from Nepal, Sivnath Mahato, he want to know that can it be able to use for ET, and we have already addressed, yes, it is not able to do for ET.
No.
Question from.
But they can. But what they can do? They could check. They could check before. If the cervix is okay, things like that. In their cows. When they do the for the donor cow, to do the AI on the donor cow, yeah, why not? But for embryo transfer, no.
Okay, great. Thank you. One anonymous attendee want to know, is there any technique for identifying pyometra? He's writing that pyometra by palpation of uterus, but I would like to request identify of pyometra with respect to Alphavision. Guy, can you answer this?
No, pyometra. No, I don't know. It's just No, I don't think so. I mean, just you can. It's on the camera. You just check what you see. Really. Okay. It's a scope.
You can diagnose. You can diagnose.
You can diagnose. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So that is why this is a diagnostic
It's
tool.
yeah. It's a tool for the farmer. It's a tool for the farmer, and then he call his vet when he see a problem.
Okay. Okay. Question from Dr. Mahmood Ahmed. We want to know, is there any data study available for the comparison of efficacy of normal AI gun and Alphavision technology?
Yes, we have done some study, we have done some study in Venezuela, at the beginning, on without and with the Alphavision, and there was no difference in pregnancy, not at all, not at all.
Okay, great. So there is no difference in pregnancy. Plus, on top of that, as we have already conveyed that it is the best tool for the diagnosis. So once you diagnose the problems, then you can do the treatment also. You can, and
as well. You see, we have today we have roughly 150 to 160, I think 160 farmers in France, and all those farmers, all of them, they have increased their fertility rate, compared to what they were doing, because in fact there is no difference for the AI. The only thing they are more precise for the timing of AI.
Okay. Thank you, Guy. There is one question. I'll throw it to Dr. Sahatpure. Dr. Sahatpure, please tell, as per your experience, this Alphavision, how far it is good for Indian condition?
As far as the Indian condition is concerned, particularly those well organized farm, they can improve their, because in generally till in India, consumption rate is only 30%. So we can improve the consumption rate by using this. At least I request the farmers, particularly well organized farmers, to use this equipment so that they will diagnose whether the animal is properly in stress or not. Sometimes there is pyometra, sometimes there is metritis cases, and that can be immediately ruled out, and we can save the semen doses also. And there are some deformities in the uterus, cervix. Sometimes this is vaginal cyst is there, double cervix case is there, membrane before cervix is there, innovation. So particularly in that case, it is very helpful. And again, I request particularly in the Department of Gynecology of every college, they should purchase so that they can train their final year student, particularly gynecology student, for how to inseminate animal properly without any without any difficulty, so that they can train very well with the help of this Alphavision.
Thank you, Dr. Sahatpure. It's a wonderful information that, yes, of course, this is a very fantastic tool to identify the problem inside. It's a Vedioptic. You can get the things outside so that you can make a good decision accordingly. There are few friends. One of is Dr. Mutir Rahman from Bangladesh and Sajid Iqbal from Pakistan. These friends, they want to know the rate in their local currency. So I would like to convey them that in local currency, we have a distributor, it will vary. So what I told you, 2.6 lakh rupees in Indian currency for the Indian clients, it was that. So for your specific country, it may vary as per the currency exchange. So this is what I addressed to him. And one question is from Sadia. Sadia want to know this Vedioptic tool, Alphavision, is it helpful to do deep uterine insemination? This is for you, Guy. This question is for you, Guy.
No, you cannot deep uterine. No, it will not. It will help you to locate the service, but you're not going to do deep AI. No, with it. No.
Okay, thank you very much. And there are too many questions, and just
yes, okay, question.
Sir, I have one question. Can it possible to deposit semen in body of uterus with this Alphavision?
In body of uterus?
Body of uterus.
Yes. if you have a small body of hair,
Yes,
you have
it again
the
depend
cervix
upon.
is that long.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's all you got. That's all you get. Yes, yes. But it's made for that. You just to after the cervix, in the body. Yeah.
Okay, there is one more question from one anonymous attendee again. You want to know that does uterine or vaginal discharge hamper the visual quality?
I didn't get the question.
Does uterine or vaginal discharge
Yes.
will create any problem for the visual quality of Alphavision?
No, I mean the thing is, when you have a lot of mucus, that could happen. You have a very nice cow. She got a lot of mucus. The thing that the mucus you can remove it. Here through you have here a hole inside. Here, and the mucus will go this way. Remove. If not, you can as well work like that. Get that inside the cow. Just scrape it, remove it. Like that, and you remove a lot of mucus with the speculum itself. Yeah. Then you replace it. No, it's not an issue. It's really easy to remove the mucus with a tool. That's not an issue.
Okay. Dr. Amit Sharma, he want to know from you, what is the acceptance level of Alphavision in other European countries apart from France with respect to conception rate variation?
Yeah, for the consumption rate, I mean, they all accept it. I mean, most customers are farmers. So we sold a few a bit everywhere. I will say in Italy. We sold some in Spain as well. Some in Germany. We have some in Ireland and England as well. That's it for Europe. Then the rest of it has been to Africa and China. Yeah.
So we are having wonderful experience in all part of the major markets of global arena. And Dr. Satpuri, I would like to request you be in the screen. I have one more question for you, Dr. Satpuri. Okay, I'll wait for him. And I think
Yes, sir.
yeah, that's
Okay.
I have a question for you for the Indian condition. See, with the GEE's presentation, what we have make out that this special tool, Vedioptic Alphavision kit or a Alphavision tool, AI tool, is more for the diagnostic purpose. You can diagnose the problems inside, like metritis, pyometra, involution of uterus condition, and you can make out the exact timing of heat also. So I think if there is any problem, you will make treatment also. This is what we can get a take-home message from the GEE's presentation. And but of course, it's a wonderful scientific tool for judicial AI, welfare for animal, welfare for human also. But what is your opinion if we say that this is a diagnostic tool more, yes, rather than AI, this is a diagnostic tool also, how much it will be a complementary in the field condition with respect to the ultrasound pregnancy diagnosis, how much it will be the complementary to the PD with ultrasound diagnosis?
Particularly, it will not help in the pregnancy diagnosis, but as like a ultrasound. But it will easily detect discharge time, whether service is open or not. We can diagnose, so that you can inseminate at the proper time, so that naturally there will be improve in the conception rate. This way, it will be help. And is there any difficulty like double service is there? It can be immediately diagnosed. So it cannot replace ultrasound. Ultrasound has its own merits, and this Alphavision has its own another merits. Particularly, it's helping artificial insemination to improve better conception rate, and for particularly uh, any infection in the reproductive tract, any deformities in the reproductive tract, or improper either complete ovulation is there or not, that can be diagnosed with the help of this Alphavision.
Okay, thank you, Dr. for telling us that yes, of course, it is not a replacement of ultrasound. Ultrasound
No.
will be for the
It's
pregnancy
complementary.
diagnosis. It's a
Yeah.
complementary. It will add value, and it will definitely tell you the exact situation so that you can make a right decision. Thank you, Dr. Satpuri, for your wonderful sessions and information.
Gary, I want to reply to Dr. Redmi. He asked me, does he require sterilization? Yes, what we do between two cows, you can remove the speculum, use the next one, keep clean. If you have 3 cows to do, you can wash it, but you wash it with warm water, hot water, not hot water, warm water, don't go over 60 degrees, and you can spray some alcohol to disinfect, As well, we recommend to use the sheet over to protect in between 2 cows. There is a disposable sheet, sanitary sheet, to use on the gun.
Okay, thank you, Guy. And one technical question from Sadia. We want to know that fetching the question, is it helpful for detection of torsion and its degree?
Of what? Detection of what?
Detection of torsion.
I don't see. I don't understand.
He is asking about uterine torsion.
Uterine torsion? I don't know. Never tried. I'm sure you will see that you don't see any cervix, So you will, you could see. I think you should see. That's something wrong. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it will be.
Sure. Yeah, sure.
So, there are many other questions also. Because of time constraint, we will try to wrap up. And in time, I would like to request all the participants that they must have received the feedback form from Dr.
What I forgot to say.
Please give.
Yeah, just to say, the good thing as well from the mobile phone is you can make a video or you can make a photo, of what you see and send to your vet, and the vet could go there and can check, tell him, be careful, I'm coming, or do that treatment as well,
Okay. Finally, there is one question, very good question, that they want to know that whether we can provide them as IMV India, whether we can provide them the training in the field condition. So for them, I would like to convey that yes, we can provide training, live training, annual training also, because we have many users, successful users in different veterinary colleges and research institutes. So we can take you there and you can have a live training also. And we have a tutorial, demo tutorials also. Yes, definitely we will help you to use that.
Yes, sure.
Yes. Now,
and when
yes, please.
And when the time comes where we'll be able to travel, I could come there and do the training if you want to.
Yeah, I would like to convey that he has a pre-defined agenda of visiting India and Nepal, but he's not able to come because of Corona. So once the Corona is out, he is here, and few of our colleagues and friends will definitely see him. So thank you, Guy. Thank you for your presentation. I would like to request Dr. Patil to convey vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Gee, for his excellent presentation on the field-oriented topic of artificial insemination and deformities of the different parts of reproductive tract, which we can diagnose with the help of your instrument. Thank you very much for your excellent presentation, sir. We are thankful to Dr. A. Paturkar, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Maharashtra Animal and Fishery Sciences University, Nagpur, for his wholehearted contribution in the organization of such seminar from time to time. We are thankful to Dr. A.P. Somkur, sir, Dean Faculty of Veterinary Science and Directorate of Instruction, MAPSU Nagpur, Dr. N.V. Kurkure, sir, Directorate of Research, MAPSU Nagpur, Dr. V.D. Aher, sir, Director of Extension, MAPSU Nagpur, Dr. S.B. Kavitkar, sir, Associate Dean, Nagpur Veterinary College, Nagpur, for their constant encouragement in the organization of such activities from time to time. We are thankful to all the IMV India team as well as IMV France team for their wholehearted contribution and organization of this seminar. We are thankful to all the participants for their patient hearing and invite and their contribution by asking the questions in this seminar. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow declared.
Tomorrow's our webinar on OPU and IVF in bovine will be conducted at 4 o'clock in the evening. So all the participants are requested to kindly join tomorrow's webinar. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank
Bye.
you once again, all the panelists, all the participants. Have a nice day.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.